Hi, my name is Brian Nuprock with Praxis Business and Marketing Solutions. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video that I made for Global Credit Union. Along the way, we'll touch on these elements: the current context and need for digital marketing, the Praxis marketing methodology and process, how to get 20 to 40% greater conversions from Google Ads, and a little market forecast example for Global Credit Union. To open up and provide some context, I'll say that as a company, Praxis is passionate about local Northwest businesses and helping preserve and grow them. Just a little anecdote, we almost saw in my own neighborhood our favorite local hardware store crushed by a potential Home Depot. But our hardware store expanded a location and aggressively marketed to the community, and this allowed them to fend off the giant. And they actually were successful in keeping the Home Depot at bay. Similarly, a big credit union in Idaho is moving to town, and my company is currently trying to help preserve a smaller local credit union through a high-tech, high-touch process, which I want to outline in just a minute. But I want to say on a national level, credit unions could potentially face much larger threats than those in their own local markets. A friend of mine who sits on the board of a large credit union related the following examples. You've likely heard that Apple Pay has just launched a credit card, bringing benefits for users of Apple Pay that could exceed those of credit union cards and improve in the same way that each new version of the iPhone does, and really exceed anything credit unions currently offer in terms of barriers to entry and ease of use. And if Apple's history predicts its likely future strategies, it's reasonable to think the company will be going after all of the consumer's wallet. Its current partners are Goldman Sachs and MasterCard, and it's not hard to imagine checking, savings, and consumer loans added to Apple Pay through another strategic partner with a national bank. As you can see in the quote, what the iPod was to the music industry and what the iPhone was for cell phones and mobile carriers, so is the Apple Card to financial services. Also alarming is that it takes the millennials and Gen Zers in our market about 2 minutes to apply and get the card. It's a seamless tap, tap, tap on your iPhone. Likewise, Google plans to enter the checking account market in 2020 through a partnership with Citigroup and Stanford Credit Union. And Google is a company that knows more about you than any third party in the history of civilization, and soon they're going to know more about personal finance than any bank in history. And what is more, who knows what beast is lurking in the shadows in terms of the IT shops of larger banks. So I'm not suggesting local credit unions are going to go out of business tomorrow, but that it is important that credit unions engage in some intensive planning in view of possible scenarios, one being year-over-year revenue loss due to a strategic partnership between Apple and a big bank, big enough to sacrifice higher margin in favor of the volume it acquires in a national market. So coming full circle, just as with the story of my local hardware store, which survived in part due to aggressive marketing, credit unions are going to have to capture the hearts of their local market before the big dogs do. And I say hearts because it's not merely about price. It's also about meaning and personal connection. So in that vein, let me describe just a few key elements of our process. In addition to researching local, regional, and national competitors and their websites, campaigns, landing pages, we do all that. But we usually begin with a buyer survey and then a general Google Ads campaign. And these latter elements allow us to engage in market research and understand the different market segments, sub-communities, and the different thought processes of prospective clients and how they express themselves in the languages of buyer intent that relate to your services. A key part of what we're doing here, data collection, mining, analyzing, A/B testing, is learning together with you and digging up critical intelligence about your potential clients. And we begin to get conversion data at the levels of campaign, ad group, keyword, locations in terms of counties, cities, zips, conversion data for days and times and devices, audiences, demographics, age, gender, household income. But most importantly, at the level of search term. And we also get detailed data on the nature of traffic and interaction with landing pages for ongoing optimization. But this intensive and extensive daily monitoring and analysis creates that happy cyclical effect. It maximizes revenue and cost efficiency, which leads to more budget, ad spend, and in turn more revenue flow, etc. And it also allows us to dial in further and further. Once we've had an opportunity to learn about the market and identify our list of, say, 10 or more golden keywords, these are basically high converting search phrases, we then build separate campaigns for each of these keywords. New landing pages and ad variations are built around these high converters and also grafted to create new species of high converting campaigns. And spanning months to years, data on these critical terms compounds and becomes invaluable. Eventually, when we determine the right market segments and geographies, we can run Facebook ads for targeted seasonal campaigns that highlight special offers and invites to meet and greets within your communities, where loan officers and financial counselors could potentially provide consultative meetings with prospective clients. The point of all this is a high-tech, high-touch strategy that helps you go deep in capturing market share and creating local customer loyalty. So let's talk briefly about digital marketing and home in on a solid strategy for Google Ads, since that's a chief component of our strategy. Now, there's different kinds of places to advertise online. You've got Facebook, YouTube, Google Display Network, etc. Facebook is great, and you can target highly granular, specific populations through Facebook, but people aren't usually on Facebook to buy. And so there's a lot of lead nurture and sales work to be done with Facebook leads. YouTube is great in that more folks are probably on YouTube to buy something, but still not exactly a marketplace. However, Google search ads have the potential to meet face-to-face with very hot leads quickly. It's hands down the most powerful online marketing platform available, which is why companies continue to spend more and more on Google Ads each year. What other platform allows you to get in front of proactive buyers within a fraction of a second? Buyers who are actually looking for a solution now. If you build your campaign well and you know which search terms represent buyer intent and how to quickly get the attention of those buyers through the right ads, then your ability to bring qualified leads quickly is greatly exponentiated. So let's talk briefly about how we do this at Praxis. So here's a billboard ad that has some humor to it, but the big idea is general, credit union. Credit union is the big general concept here. A typical billboard ad seeks to be general in order to get in front of a lot of traffic. Some folks driving by might need membership at a credit union and might call the company on the ad, but a lot of that traffic is not going to be interested in a credit union when they drive by. And even if they are, the messaging is not super specific to particular kinds of credit union prospects and their particular concerns or the particular thought processes they bring to the subject of credit unions. Online billboards can often be similar to highway billboards. Online advertisers typically choose highly general keywords like plumber to trigger the appearance of ads in a search. The thinking is that this is going to catch a ton of traffic, but if you think logically, it could attract a lot of the wrong traffic and waste clicks and money on people interested in becoming a plumber or something of that nature rather than looking for a plumber. But buyer intent is seen as we move from the general and abstract to the concrete, specific, longer tail search terms. As you can see, as we move from plumber to plumber in New York to plumber in Brooklyn to fast plumber in Brooklyn, we're moving closer to buyer intent. And moreover, this intent is represented by a great diversity of long tail key search phrases. We want to move from loans to auto loans, from auto loans to auto loans near me, and from auto loans near me to something like best rate auto loans in Queens, New York. Imagine having a billboard on every single intersection representing the peculiar concerns of each possible subcategory of searcher. This is where we want to go. So we want ads that target long tail keywords. Not only are they targeting buyers, they're also less expensive. For example, an ad with language that mirrors a phrase like black 10-speed beach cruiser is low in cost and has high probability of converting. Google has got a quality score that determines cost per click, and the higher the quality, the more Google rewards with a lower cost for ads and a higher ranking in search results. This is the chief economist at Google, and he says that 60% of Google quality score is determined by the click-through rate. And relevant ads are the ones that are clicked on the most. So let's make all of this a little more concrete. An ad group is simply a group with ads and keywords. Here you can see two different ad groups. The first has many keywords, such as auto loans, vehicle loans, boat loans, motorcycle loans, etc., and one ad. So many keywords, one ad. The second ad group has only one long tail keyword and one ad that mirrors it. In the first ad group, you're going to have more irrelevant clicks, more fraudulent clicks, lower quality score because the ad is less relevant to the search terms, and a higher cost. In the second ad, you'll have more clicks and more relevant clicks. The person using the term, "I need a car loan fast in Queens, New York," is likely an aggressive buyer, and will be surprised to see an ad that copies and is hyper relevant to his or her search term and will be more likely to click. Google likes this relevancy and rewards it with higher rankings and cheaper cost. Now, a term like auto loans might convert 12 times in a given period, whereas the term "I need a car loan fast in Queens, New York" might only convert one time in a given period, because it's not likely to be used as much. But if we multiply many ad groups, like ad group 2, with that kind of phrase, that long tail keyword, and one ad that mirrors it, we're going to cover massive ground and increase our conversions by 20 to 40%. Praxis employs a proprietary software representing tens of thousands in investment, and this helps us to create thousands of ads that mirror the specificity and great diversity of buyer intent keywords that represent proactive buyers. So rather than a handful of irrelevant ads, we create thousands of relevant ones. Our technology is essentially designed to create that deep relevance that you need. The other element that matters for quality score is the landing page. The landing page is the website or the web page a searcher lands on when they click on your ad. Relevance, load speed, performance across devices, all these sorts of things enhance quality score. And landing pages are really important and can bring in very relevant and affordable traffic. But if the landing page is terrible, loads slowly, has a lot of busyness, too many messages, people are not going to take action. Praxis builds the very best landing pages that have that are elegant, simple, uncluttered. They have exceptional form questionnaires of the perfect length, and they leave a powerful brand impression. Lastly, just wanted to show an example of a brief market forecast for global. This isn't a guarantee, but it's built on historical data. It is built on historical data, and this is based on a small budget of $1,000 per month ad spend, and we're only looking at auto loans for an example on this one. You can see the result of 260 clicks per month. Our campaigns can reach conversions from clicks to qualified leads from 10 to 20%. So if your close ratio is relatively solid, this would mean a significant increase in auto loans each month. In conclusion, I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to speaking with you further about this. Thank you so much.